Welcome to Malaysia! So today we're gonna tell you about the positives and negatives about traveling with a baby or a toddler in Malaysia. Okay, we are the Wanderlust storytellers, and this is
Jolene, Evelyn,
and Andre.
Alright guys, so we've been in Malaysia for just over 2 weeks now. We started our road trip in Johor, then we went to Melaka, we've gone to KL, we've gone to the Highlands, then we went down to Penang, and right now we are in Langkawi. So I'll show you guys our view. So this is our patio. We've just rented an Airbnb because they're quite a lot cheaper here in Langkawi, but what a view!
So let's talk about the positives of traveling with a toddler or a baby in Malaysia. So the main thing is Malaysians are super friendly. Yeah, look at her, he's trying to get in. So super friendly people. Everywhere you go, everywhere we've been so far, everybody was just happy to say hello, you know, ask where we're from, you know, take a photo with Avi, you know, very, very friendly people.
But, interruption.
Yeah.
But even though it's an Asian country, you don't get the people who annoy you trying to sell you stuff.
Yes, that's right.
It is brilliant from that perspective because the people are friendly, but they're just friendly. They don't want anything. So yeah, that's really cool.
That's really cool. Second thing is when you walking around the cities, small, big, whatever, the cities are pretty flat. So walking around with the stroller is quite easy. So there's no issues there. And everywhere you go to supermarkets, everything, got escalators or lifts. So yeah, easy.
But bring your baby carrier because temples and things like that do have steps. So you'll probably want that there.
Avi's climbing the table. She's trying to help us with the video.
Look, you say hello. Hello. Quick, where are you? Yay! She's used to being in videos, as you can see. Alright, so next up is baby cots. Baby cots are obviously always a big thing. And you'll be happy to know that Malaysia has got them sorted. We've managed to get baby cots free of charge in hotels, in this Airbnb that we're staying. It hasn't been an issue at all. So you can save bringing your baby cot with, which is always good if you don't have to carry it around. The next thing is your baby supplies. We're traveling for 6 weeks all up, so we can't rely on baby stuff. We have to buy here, and we've managed to find everything that we possibly want in Malaysia. So your baby nappies, we've got 2 different brands here, but baby nappies are really easy to find. You can find them in the smaller places or the larger places. We found it slightly tricky because our toddler hasn't been toilet trained yet. We didn't want a toilet trailer in Asia. We're waiting to be back home. So she's a bigger size. So hers is a little bit trickier to find than just your normal baby nappies. But you can find them easily. They have the English writing on them of the sizes. So you'll be able to figure out which one you want really, really easy. They're good quality as well. So these are just normal huggy nappies. They're pull-ups, but we're really, really happy with them. It's very bright, sorry. Swimming nappies as well. We're swimming a lot. Swimming nappies were harder to find. So make sure you bring your own with because we did have to hunt a little bit and we only found them in the really large-scale shops. So I think we bought ours in KL because we couldn't find them in the other places. So you can find them, but you might have to hunt for them a little bit. So we stocked up. We actually bought 3 of these for our trip when we did find them. Next is your baby formula. We found these in the bigger supermarkets as well. So just your normal grocery shops will have them. They not always in English, but you can figure out. I know it might be back to front for you guys, but it's got the 1 to 3 there. So even though we didn't understand the years, it's easy to know that that's for 1 to 3 year olds. We bought a different brand though, and we must have bought something slightly wrong because Avery didn't like it.
The taste was terrible.
So we had to ask the locals what their favorite brand was, and the family that we asked said they really, really like the Infogrow, and she's been really happy with this one. So yeah.
Just an interruption for Jolene. Now, make sure you don't get the ones that have like flavoring, because Evie got used to the sweet stuff. They had like flavor like
we bought vanilla on accident, and I was like, "Geez, this smells like milkshakes." They've got vanilla, and they've got chocolate, and then they've got your original. So you want to make sure you get the original flavor, which I believe is Asley. So make sure. I mean, vanilla was just vanilla, so it was easy to see that was a flavoring.
Yeah.
But you can always ask people in the shops anyways. Don't be afraid to ask. We've bought the normal baby pouch pureed food as well, because Abby hasn't been eating as well as what we like. We never use it at home, but it's just been good for us to have that on hand for when she doesn't like the food. So you can find the baby food in the shops as well. It doesn't have as many different types and flavors and combinations as it does in Australia, but we could find fruity ones. There was one that was fruit and veggie mix or veggie and meat mix, so you should be fine with those as well.
In the bigger cities, there's obviously in the bigger supermarkets you'll find more varieties of snacks. And we found heaps in KL, but it was a bit smaller number in the smaller shops. Yeah.
So that wraps up our positives.
So for the negatives, there really isn't many. Okay, Malaysia is awesome for toddlers and babies. But the one thing that we found is when we came here, we made sure that we hired a car with a car seat. Okay, because if you bring your own car seat, you might have a trouble with hooking it up. Okay, because these cars over here are not prepared for those hookups behind the.
Here in Australia, we've got the anchor.
The anchors, yes.
But I know that different countries have different systems, so our car seats won't work here because theirs have a different way of using the seatbelts through different sections to use the seatbelts to really secure it down.
So make sure, because in Malaysia you don't have to have a car seat at the moment. They are working on it at the moment to change it, so they will in the future have car seats, mandatory in every car, but at the moment they don't. So it's harder to find the car seats. Okay, so make sure when you hire a car, specify you want a car seat and specify what size car seat. Because in one place we got the car seat that was for a small baby, for an infant. So we had to wait a day to get a changeover. Okay.
The second negative I would add, I don't really know if it's a negative, it's just something to be aware of, I think. But Malaysia is obviously a Muslim country, so you'll see the ladies are all covered up properly. I felt quite self-conscious in some of the smaller places. In the big cities, you'll see so many tourists in shorts and stuff, and it doesn't matter. But in Melaka and in Cameron Highlands and stuff, I actually felt quite conscious when I was wearing short dresses and tops that doesn't have sleeves. So I'm not breastfeeding because Avi's not breastfed anymore, but I know that from a baby perspective that's something that I would be thinking about if I was coming. Breastfeeding in public is legal here, so you can, but I only saw one person breastfeeding while we were strolling around. Holy moly, sorry, she's throwing things around.
Getting restless. The toys are coming out.
So I only saw one person breastfeeding, and they were covered up completely. So I would say if you are still breastfeeding, do feel free to breastfeed in public, but I would definitely cover up so that it's discreet. So make sure that you've got a cover up, or you've got some sort of clothes that you don't that you can breastfeed without it being too visible. Try and find a quiet spot, so don't just breastfeed wherever the heck you are. But yeah, it is legally, you can do it. You just might get a few people looking at you. But yeah, so that's our two negatives, and as you can see, they're really, really little negatives. Yeah. Because it really is, we've come to Malaysia because we were told it's one of the best places to come with kids, and we wanted to see why. And it's because of that friendliness and because of that acceptance of your kid. I mean, she can run around and scream and play in restaurants, and people think she's cute. We're not getting anybody looking at us as like, oh, you should try and control your kid. So it's been super easy just getting around, getting stuff, baby supplies for her and everything else. It's been really brilliant from that perspective, being in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our little wrap up for you guys, and I hope that helps you out decide if you want to come to Malaysia with your little one or not. We've got some videos up as well showing you around Malaysia. We haven't done videos on every single destination, so make sure you pop over to our blog post as well so you can read up more over there as well.
Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
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 She's coming.
Bye.
Bye, kisses.
Bye.
You want to tell them how old you are?
4.
2.
2.
Still getting there.
Say love you.
Hello.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.